Welcome. So we'll be kind of continuing the Joker series. In the first 3 parts, what we did is we took a scene from the movie and then tried to write a screenplay from it and compare it with the original. Today what we'll be doing is we'll be practicing how to write a good logline for a script and then try to find a logline for it. I don't know if we will be able to find a logline. I don't know if it's readily available for every film on the web, but let's try to write a logline for it and then see how it compares to the original logline if we can find something. If not, we'll definitely find something, some kind of summary for the movie and then compare it with that. Writing a good logline is a good ability that every screenwriter should have, and I think it's a good exercise to learn. So we'll be doing that in this video. So let's see how it goes. You know what? Let's do a quick Google search for the people who do not know what a logline is. A logline is a brief, usually one-sentence summary of a television program, film, or a book that states the central conflict of the story, often providing both a synopsis of the story's plot and an emotional hook to stimulate interest. Okay, let's do another Google search so that I don't screw it up. Is how to write a good logline. Raindance.org sounds legit. April 4, 2013. That's very relevant. So just 7 years ago. Loglines are tricky things. Distilling 120 pages of script into one sentence and imbuing it with the power to summarize, titillate, and intrigue is a surprisingly difficult task. Yes, I agree. That's why we're doing this video. Crucially, a logline contains all the elements necessary for telling a good story. It is written for industry professionals to show them that you can create a viable story for the script. A marketing hook alone won't cut it. Makes sense. A logline must have the following: the protagonist, their goal, the antagonist/antagonistic force. Clearly and quickly present the protagonist's main goal. A mute sous chef wants to win the position of head chef at her boss's new restaurant. Describe the antagonist. A mute sous chef must fight off an ambitious rival to win the position of head chef at her boss's new restaurant. An alcoholic ex-superhero searches for his daughter after she is kidnapped by his dementing, jealous former sidekick. If you can, include stakes and/or a ticking time bomb. To save his reputation, a secretly gay frat boy must sleep with 15 women by the end of the semester party. What? Nice, okay. Don't tell the story, sell the story. Create a desire to see the script as well as telling them what's in it. Loglines are like poetry. Every word counts. Tinker, test, and tinker some more. Okay. Let's see some good loglines. The Godfather. The aging patriarch of an organized crime dynasty transfers control of his clandestine empire to his reluctant son. Okay. Forrest Gump, while not intelligent, has accidentally been present at many historic moments, but his true love, Jenny Kern, eludes him. Okay. Silence of the Lambs. A young FBI cadet must confide in an incarcerated and manipulative killer to receive his help on catching another serial killer who skins his victims. The Hangover. A Las Vegas set comedy centered around 3 groomsmen who lose their about-to-be-wed buddy during their drunken misadventures, then must retrace their steps in order to find him. Shawshank Redemption. 2 imprisoned men bond over a number of years, finding solace and eventual redemption through acts in common decency. Okay. I'm getting kind of the gist of it. So protagonist, antagonist, and the plot in a summary. Okay. I can't show this on YouTube, I think, the whole summary, but I just scrubbed through the whole movie. Let's try to write something. And now you will be able to see my beautiful handwriting. I hope it will be readable. Okay, so I want to write the things that I do want to take care of in the movie. So the protagonist will be the Joker. The antagonist is not, he's the antagonist himself. From the perspective of the movie, I think it's the world that is against him. Kind of his own mental state is kind of his antagonist, and how the world is just a catalyst for his delusional and mental state. Something like that. So I'm just gonna write the world is the antagonist. So A and P for protagonist, A for antagonist. And the plot is him trying to find some meaning in life, find some purpose, right? Find purpose in life. Okay, I'll be trying out 3 things, okay? 3 log lines minimum, because I won't be able to nail it in just one go. So let's try it out. Let's try one without using the word Joker. How about an out of job party clown? Out of job party clown. Does that work? But then that reveals the plot that he's out of job. Will be out of job in the movie, because at the beginning he's not out of job. I feel like I should add Joker. Joker, a depressed party clown, misunderstood all his life, struggles to find his way through people. Because I don't like it at all, but I can't come up with something else. Sometimes you just gotta vent it out and then see where it goes. Okay, so the first one is done. It's not done. I'm just giving up on it. I don't think it's the perfect one, but let's jump to the next one. Let me try to think of something for this next one as well. I want to include his mother and Thomas Wayne somehow, and the Gotham City, like bring the superhero fact and the Joker thing, like the fact that he's famous. The fact that this is the origin story for the weirdly beloved antagonist of the Batman series. A logline is kind of a way to, encourage a producer to read it. So why shouldn't you mention the fact that it is based on a beloved character, even though he's an antagonist? So something like, what made him go insane? The origin story of Joker and what made him go insane. I don't hate it. Kind of works. Is short, has the protagonist and the antagonist in the same line, and kind of explains the plot as well. The first one is just, it seems like a 12-year-old just wrote a summary. But the second one is like the origin story of Joker and what made him the way he was. But that doesn't work. What made him go insane kind of explains the plot even better. The origin story of Joker and what made him go insane. What made him go insane and find peace in that. Something like that, but I don't want to add on this. Let's let it be. The process is supposed to be trying out 3 drafts and then compare it with the original and try to learn from it. It's not that I shouldn't be aiming at getting it right. I should be venting out the ideas that I have and then learn. Okay, let's try another one and then try to search for the original one. Okay. Something like fighting through life. Fighting through life in search of his purpose. Arthur, a party clown, goes insane. In the dark and depressing world that surrounds him. Fighting through life in search of his purpose, Arthur Vardygram goes insane day by day in the dark and depressing world that surrounds him day by day. That makes it worse. Kind of explains it better. God, even I can't read it. I don't know how you'll do it. Okay. First one will be green to make it a little more visually appealing. Second one should be blue. And then maybe yellow. Struggles to find is I want to make it shorter. So let's make it. This is cancelled. We'll go with Joker, a depressed party clown, struggles to find his way through life until he kills somebody. 3 people sounded nice, man. I want to go with that. Okay. The plot kills 3 people. Yes. Whoa. Nice. Oh, the blood. Oh, kills 3 people. Oh, this is stunning. Okay, let's give them points. This is, I think it became from 3 out of 10 to around 5 out of 10. I kind of like this one, so I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. And this one, I think 6 out of 10. Let's see which one is the closest to the original one. Okay, let's do that. Let's search for logline for Joker. Called projections, IMDb, plot summary, Joker, logline. Okay, let's look at all of them. It's a whole summary of it here. Okay, let's look at the logline that he wrote. Did he write it himself, or is it the official one? How would I know? This, okay. A desperate comedian falls prey to his own mental instability and increasing contempt for the society surrounding him, leading him to murderous action. Leading him to murderous action. He plays the rather than putting up the clown word, he went with the comedian thing, which I find I should have done as well. I would have written it like a desperate comedian falls prey to his own mental instability and increasing contempt for the society surrounding him, making him go insane, something like that. I mean, the murderous thing is also kind of is the plot of the movie, but kind of reveals a few things that he's gonna, like, you can I don't know, like, if you write insane, I think that hides the fact that he's gonna murder someone, and watching the movie you'll be like, oh, he murdered someone. But and writing that he went insane, someone would be confused. I don't know if people read log lines, they don't, right? So if it's a producer, you should be writing something that's a bit more compelling, I think. So I think I understand why the murderous action thing kind of works. Yeah, this was good, man. This is way better than all 3 of them. I think directly I would give it 7.5 or 8 out of 10. Can I do that? Can I take an image and give it a point? Let's try to do that. So 7.5 out of 10. Haha. Let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at IMDb. What does IMDb say? In Gotham City, mentally troubled comedian Arthur Fleck is disregarded and mistreated by society. He then embarks on a downward spiral of revolution and bloody crime. This path brings him face to face with his alter ego, the Joker. Oh, nice. So in Gotham City, I mean, it's not a good logline, but there are some really good keywords here, I feel like, which I can use. So let's do this. Okay, let me look at all the good ones and the stuff that I wrote and then compile a good logline myself. Yes, that's a good idea. Okay. This is, in my opinion, because it's not a logline, I think it's 7 out of 10. I'm gonna go with that, yeah. As if anybody cares, but yeah. Let's look at some more. Yes, let's combine it. It's all coming together, man. So, Final one. A mentally unstable comedian disregarded and mistreated by society. Disregarded and mistreated by society. I want to add the murder thing. A mentally unstable comedian disregarded and mistreated by society. The downward spiral thing, but in a different way. Spiraling. Is that the right spelling? Spiraling him insane. Does that work? Is that a good sentence? Spiraling him insane and bringing him face to face with his alter ego Joker. Oh my god, this works, man. The IMDb description was really good, but it was not in a logline format, so I just took the words from there and just compiled it. So now the stuff that I wrote, I think I took the insane thing from my stuff and making him go insane. Kind of works. I don't want to include for some reason the murder thing. Making him, way too many commas, isn't it? Making him go insane. This is approved. Everyone else, I approve this. I would watch a movie that says this is the logline, and I would read it. So screw you. This is 10 out of 10. We're done. The stuff that I wrote, I feel like it's kind of childish. I'm in the first draft of something. Clearly you can tell it's the first draft and there's only 20 or 15 minutes of thought put into it. But that's the whole point of it. To come up with a good logline and learn something. I think we did. The use of good words, and the alter ego thing, how to summarize the whole thing into one word or one sentence is kind of difficult. And I copied it completely. But the point was not to come up with a good logline, which I think was a good idea, but the main point is to learn something, and I think we did. I think I did. Don't know about you. Let me know what you think. This is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one probably. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. I know it's hard to subscribe to a new channel, but give it a try. If you like this video, do check out the other 3 videos that I put up for the scene and screenplay writing thing and comparing it with the original screenplay itself. So do watch that as well. Give that a try. If you like that as well, definitely subscribe because we are coming up. We'll do this same cycle of scenes and then log lines for a lot of movies. So stick around for that. I think there's a lot to learn from them. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.